ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste. My relationship with myself set the tone for every other relationship I have. See, this is the mantra. That means if I am happy, that means I am responsible. If I am unhappy, I am responsible. Okay, now the source is only me and me and me. Okay, that is one. Now, we are going to discuss about the human relation principle. That means it starts from me, that is a self. Then I am interacting with the outside world. Okay, now the relationship between me, the self, and also the world. Now, this is the subject we are going to discuss about today. There is a human relation principle which looks like a house. When you look at the house, so you got the foundation which must be very strong. Then there must be pillars and also the roof. Okay, now when you talk about this foundation, so what is the foundation of a say? What are the core values? Right? So we have got 5 core values. One is the integrity. So what do you mean by integrity? The thoughts and speech and also the action must be in the same alignment. Okay, that means whatever I am thinking, whatever I am talking, whatever I am doing must be in the same alignment. That is why they call it a Mahatma. Manasi ekam, vachasi ekam, karmani ekam, Mahatmanam. That is the definition of a Mahatma. That means you can be a Mahatma. Okay. Now let's talk about the integrity. Then customer first. We always talk about the customer delight. Okay. So this is our core value. Then we always talk about the win-win in all transaction. Okay, it is possible. Then you must have a kind of a mindset. The fourth one is the excellence in all activities. That means a big Q. Then the last one is the empathy. So that means, the gratitude. Okay, these are all the core values. Okay, having understood the core values, what do you mean by the self-esteem? Quote, what I think about myself, honestly. Whatever I am thinking about myself, honestly, is self-esteem. It is a subjective evaluation. It is not an objective evaluation. It is not somebody is thinking about me. What I think about myself, honestly, is self-esteem. The next one is a trust. Okay, so what do you mean with trust? That means the belief, the confidence, the reliability and the dependability is what they call the trust. That means our house or a home is built upon these 4 core values and self-esteem and also the trust. And it has also got the 10 pillars for the house. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss. All the 10 principles. And then what about the roof? The happiness. See, all the other words are really superficial. So deep, strong, sustained, enriching human relation principles. So why you are doing all those things? Because I want to be happy. Now I cannot be happy unless otherwise I make the other man also to be happy. Okay, this is about this human relation principle. This is our S-A home. It's not a house. Okay. This is a S-A home. Okay. Now, I want to take the last principle called do unto others as you would wish them do unto you. Okay. That's the 10th principle, which I am going to do the first one. What do you mean by that? You can call it as a empathy. What do you mean by empathy? See, that means, suppose if somebody tells me, lie, I don't like it. So that means I should not tell a lie. Suppose if somebody cheat me, see, I don't like it. That means I should not cheat anybody. Okay, that means this is what exactly we mean, do unto others as you would wish them do unto you. Now please understand about this S-A home, not house. House is built upon all the material, but the home is built upon the heart. Okay, that's one. Now, this is the 10th principle, is the empathy. Okay, in this particular case, that means you, me, become we. Right? Any transaction. Okay, so I am involved and you are involved. That means we are we. Now, if you are able to understand the meaning of the we, that means we are able to understand the empathy. That means you, me, make as a we. So, I will explain to you in a different way. Okay, when you talk about the empathy, see, there are 4 words. One is, the pity, sympathy, empathy, and the compassion. Okay, there's different grades. When you say the pity, it's just like, a kind of a outside emotion. Okay, we always feel just pity. You are not involved. This is the lowest one. You are able to only pity. The other thing is, like a sympathy. What do you mean by sympathy? Now I always think that I am higher and I am looking at the other man as a lower. That means I am not in the same plane. Right? I always feel that I am a giver. The other fellow is a taker. So that is not good, but better than the pity. Okay, you are able to care about the other man's suffering. This is better than the pity. The next one is empathy, what we have been discussing. So I will also explain to you in a different way. Compassion is the best. Okay. Compassion is the spiritual dimension. That means I want to relieve your suffering. That means I cannot make you to suffer. Okay. Now I will put it in a different format. What is it? Pity, sympathy, empathy, and compassion. I think you will be able to understand this matrix. Okay. See, now just understand about this, the kind of our elements of this empathy. Okay. One is see the world, put yourself in the other's shoes. If only I were to be in his shoe, what will I do? Just give an example. Suppose I am a boss and I am also talking to the peers or my person who is reporting to me. Now, both of them must try to understand. If only you are in the other man's shoe, so what you will be able to think? It is very simple to understand, but very difficult to practice. Okay, we always feel that, okay, now I am in a particular situation, right? Now you have to really get into the shoe of the other person. If I were to be the other man's shoe, how exactly I will react or respond? Okay, that's the first one. That means, see the world, put yourself in the other man's shoe. The second one is understanding their feelings. Now, let me tell you, it is very important because you are not using with the head, but you must also use the heart. That means to understanding the other man's feeling. That means you must penetrate into the eyes of the person. He knows. The eyes will be able to give a kind of a tremendous amount of the feeling. There is a kind of the window for you to understand the other man's feeling also. Okay, that is second one. The other one, accept them without any judgment. Okay, people try to accept them as they are. Please try to accept them as they are instead of what you want them to be. Okay, that means, okay, I am accepting them. Because most of the times we are able to act and sometimes we are absolutely helpless. So you have to accept the other man's feeling also. Then the most important thing which we don't do is we are not able to communicate our understanding. See, most of the problem in life, in the relationship, because either miscommunication, non-communication, and the wrong communication. So, in all these three areas, put yourself into other man's shoe. Okay, understand the feeling, then accept them as they are. Accept them as they are without any judgment, and then communicate properly so that they can understand. Okay, this is about this particular one. Now, the other thing is, this is the poster we normally used to give it to all our customers and all our suppliers. What do you mean by that? Think like a customer. So what do you mean by that? That means I used to tell all my employees right from the beginning, start from the worker, supervisors, and even executives and directors and all the people throughout the organization, in and through. That means what I would not buy, I should not make or market. Or what we would not buy, don't make it or market. The same thing like empathy. Same principle. Isn't it? Now, I always used to tell people, suppose, so I am manufacturing particular product. Now, somebody is using it. This is where the empathy comes into the picture. Somebody is using it. Right? Now, it could be your own brother or mother or your own son. Suppose you are traveling in a particular bus. So, we used to manufacture a lot of components for a bus. Right? Ashok Leyland and other companies. Isn't it? I used to tell all the employees, suppose your own mother or yourself traveling and if there is a defective part, then what will happen? So you will die. Similarly, you have to understand that somebody is going to die because of your fault. So this is what you have to understand the concept of the empathy. Okay. Now let me give my one example, my experience. Okay. See, one day as a managing director, so I got little disturbed with one of my marketing boy by selling the product without giving the right information. So I was quite angry. I was started, fighting him. I was really shouting at him, right? How can he do it like that? And I could not really understand because my goal about the customer satisfaction is more important than all the other things. Then I realized it is not good according to me. Okay, this happens nearly about 30 years back. Okay, then what happens? So I was completely upset and I was completely agitated. I could not understand and he was also agitated, right? Then the moment I went home, then I just relaxed in my bed. I said, why I have done it? So I started analyzing my mistake. I should not have done it. I could have done it properly. But what he has done is wrong. But what I have done is also wrong. See, what he has done is wrong, but what I have done was wrong. I could have done it in a different way, in a better way, so that you will be able to understand. Then what happens? I just same thing, the question, okay, suppose if somebody has done it for me, then I would have felt the same thing. Then I immediately called his wife. I just told him, this is what exactly I have done. Please take care of him. Isn't it? He must be upset. Okay. And suppose if he says certain thing, just listen to him. Okay. Then what happens? The whole idea is, after talking to his wife over phone, then I was feeling a little bit relaxed. Why? Because I made a mistake. So I was over obsessed about the customer satisfaction. So I lost the sight about the human feeling. And afterwards, I also told him the next day, the same executive, see, what you have done is wrong. Make no mistake. What you have done with the customer is 100% wrong. Make no mistake. But what I have done also is wrong. Okay. Then I explained to them, see, I could have done it in a different way, so that I can make you to understand. Now I am going to do it in a different way, so that you will understand why you have done this kind of a mistake. Now, why I am trying to say is, most of the times you are able to act or react because of the helplessness. Okay, for that you must have the element of the empathy. So this is the 10th principle. Suppose if you are able to understand this particular principle, that means all the 9 principles are easy for you to understand. For example, starting from smile. Okay, if you smile, the others like it. Similarly, they also must do the same thing. Suppose somebody criticizes me, then I don't like it. That means I should not criticize. Okay, the fundamental principle is the 10th principle. Based on that, all the 9 principles are able to survive. If you are able to understand this 10th principle, I think you understood everything. Okay, I hope the SA home will be very strong. Why? Because our foundation is great, very strong, very robust, and we have got the 10 pillars, and the rope of happiness will always be there. Okay, that's what exactly we want. The happiness, happiness, happiness. Okay, that's the bottom line. Take care, all the best. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.